Hey guys, welcome to the second round. Looks like I lost the die roll. This hand in the dark I think I'll keep. There's a lot of matchups where these cards are pretty good. So let's give it a try here and see what we're up against. I'm just going to play this tapped. Doing that just because I kind of want to draw a fourth land, so I don't want to filter my deck with the Arid Mesa quite yet. And it looks like my opponent is doing the same, not cracking. Missing land drops. There we go. Fourth land is good to go. It's bolting me. That's interesting. Probably worried about discarding. He probably has a counterspell here. If he doesn't though, this is big blowout. And if he doesn't have another lightning bolt, I'm gonna get to blow him out with Resto Angel in my upkeep, which is phenomenal for me. And my opponent is just going, why did I burn my lightning bolt? And he concedes. Okay, so it looks like we're playing some type of Grixis, potentially. I mean, blue-red for sure. I saw the Pluto Delta, but maybe he's just using those as off-color fetches. Regardless, I think Rest in Pieces are pretty good against Grixis. And maybe I will board out angers. By that I mean all angers. And you know what, Celestial Flare is probably not necessary. Maybe I'll keep... Maybe I'll bring in 2 returns. You might be running like Young Pyromancer, Delver of Secrets type cards. And I like everything else, so let's try it out. Triple Blood Moon hand. You know what? Let's try it. I have turn 2 Chalice, and if I hit a land, I get to Blood Moon, which is pretty good. And you might have Disruption. So having a redundant hand is reasonable against hand disruption. Looks like he bottomed and topped. I'm just gonna fetch now. I know that I'm fetching a tapped Steam Vents, or sorry, a tapped Sacred Foundry, and there's no point in me getting blown up by like a Shadow of Doubt or something. Okay, so we could have a spell snare here, but I think it's worth it. To try to land the Chalice. And now I just get to rain Blood Moons next turn. He does get to fetch for a swamp in response to this, but that's fine. Oh, second island. Okay, so maybe he is just playing straight blue-red. Get to jam a wall, hopefully draw another land. Maybe I'll just play that out as a 2/2 next turn and get the beats on. Just gonna play out a Snapcaster. Dealing a click. It's probably gonna take the Helix. So I'm just gonna go for the. He's tapping out. Maybe I just want to resto now. I'm just gonna resto while he's tapped out. I don't know why he would bounce the Blood Moon. He already had 3 islands. Sure. I'm just trying to dig for like a Helix. Oh, there we go. A Helix or one of the Kozilek's returns. I'm gonna Helix now because I want to play my Wall of Omens, but I want to hold up Mana Leak for the Helix. Just gonna try a Spell Snare. Chalice is gonna snag it. Be nice to draw another chalice so I get chalice for 0. So his hand is likely like lightning bolts, serum visions, those types of cards. Snap Cryptic. Sure. So is he going to like counter Rest in Peace, bounce Chalice? Be able to slip a bolt through, or maybe hold up a snare for the Chalice on its way back down. But I mean, he already blew one snare, so he could have had that line had he not misplayed there. Yeah, he's bouncing the Chalice. Probably has a snare, or he's just using it to get a bolt through, I guess. Oh, you know what? I could have replayed the Chalice for 0 to counter this Visions, but I think playing it for 1 is fine. Yeah, I don't know why he's just playing his cards in the Chalice for 1. Let's play this. So I am concerned with drawing like another Vendilion Click or something along those lines. Okay, so Rest in Peace is going to be really good if there's a game 3, which there probably will be. Simian Spirit Guides to the rescue. Well, that's good on his part. I don't know why he'd bring in anger against me, though. Yeah, might as well just block. succeed. Okay, so probably don't need the ley lines. I guess it stops his burn to the face, but that's not super important. So ley lines can go. I actually don't mind Nevermore being able to name like visions when it's on suspend or Goblin Dark Dwellers or whatever. Blood Moon's actually not that good against him, so I think I'm gonna trim on those. And yeah, we can submit like this. I mean, Blood Moon's probably better on the play than the draw, just because if I can like turn 2 Blood Moon with the Simian Spirit Guide before he gets a chance to fetch an island, it could cause him some big problems. But given that he's running only a 2-color deck, and one of those colors is red, I just don't think it's super necessary. Okay, we'll try this. Just need to hope that he doesn't have a Spell Snare for the Chalice, because I'm leaning pretty hard on this Chalice to do a lot of work. Maybe if I'm lucky, he'll just go like turn 1 Delver of Secrets, even though that's fine too. So now I get to lock him out of all of his 1-drops, hopefully for the rest of the game. Let's see what he did with those cards. He topped and bottomed. Play the wall. Let's see here. I could play this Rest in Peace, but it's not really doing much. I think I'd rather just hold it for a land. Well, you know what? I'll just play the Rest in Peace. I know it's resolving this turn. Shuts him off a lot of his cards. just gonna play this for 0. Cryptic. Probably just gonna bounce my chalice for 1 with his cryptic and then get to unload all of his 1-drops, which is unfortunate for me. It's a fantastic magic card, especially when I'm doing nothing to pressure him. Gonna need to hit some land drops. Even 1 land drop would allow me to cast this resto. And draw a card off the Waldmans. I don't understand some of his sideboard choices. Like, he brings in a 1-mana artifact destruction spell when my only artifact is going to be on 1. I guess he cooked up the cryptic bounce line. But in general, that's such a narrow... Okay, so if I draw land, or another 4-drop that does absolutely nothing. I mean, I am like 15 cards deep in my deck. I've only seen 4 lands, and one of them is because I fetched. So 3 lands. That's good. Okay, so here I'm going to respond to this by Restoration Angeling. Guess I should let him resolve this first. Need lands. Lands would be nice. this trade. If I draw land here, I might get to blow up his mountain. Guess I get the next best thing. I'll name Ancestral Vision. And I hope he doesn't have a Cryptic in his hand to bounce that. Take him off red. Sure. I don't know why he would do that there and not hope that I attack with the riders. So now I get to blow up another land. And I'm fine trading it now, because I don't really want to pay the echo next turn on it. This guy's got a lot of islands in his deck. Guess I'll just play a Wall of Omens. So now this Nevermore successfully stopped him from drawing 6 cards. Never seen a better Nevermore. Pick up your copies today. Okay, I guess I'm going to just Helix my opponent here. It's going to be Cryptic. Just running infinite Cryptics. They're good cards. I'm surprised I'm just chewing through them. I mean, if he had a Cryptic, he had to have bounced this in response to his Ancestral Visions coming off Suspend, right? That's weird. I'm pretty sure the correct line was to bounce Nevermore when his Visions was coming off Suspend there. Just keep pressuring his mana. So I'm not going to pay the Echo because I just really want to gain life. I don't want to like die to some like Lightning Bolt shenanigans. So electrolyze. So I could just go for the Helix here, but he could have Snare. So I think I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna make him do something. He has to either kill me or deal with Resto, and he has to do that while not dying to me helixing him in response. And my opponent concedes. Perfect. Okay guys, there was round 2. It was pretty close games. Well, the first one he kind of got mana screwed, but the third one there was pretty sweet. It felt like I was a little bit behind for most of it. But yeah, I ended up coming back, and we'll see you guys in the third and final round.